Shalom. This is Rabbi Felix coming to you to share a little bit more of the journey and the adventure that I experienced when I medically died and my spirit left my body and went into the heavenlies, where I experienced the throne and all the glories of heaven. But something else occurred in that period of time that I'd like to say when the envelope was still open. It could be explained as living in an eggshell with a little hole peeking through with light coming in from the other side. That there was a place that the Lord took me to during that time, not only to heaven, but took me into the dark realm over the second heaven, that I can peer into hell itself, into the dark realm. And I want to speak to you a little bit about that. Because the lesson that I was taught transformed my life. Exactly turned things over on its head in terms of what I have always been taught. Maybe as a Jewish person coming to speak about the supernatural may seem odd, but it is thoroughly natural to be supernatural as a Jew. We were a people that were set aside for the supernatural. To believe in the things of miracles, etc. And so this should not be unfamiliar to us or to you who are listening if you're Jewish. It should whet your appetites. It should cause a hunger and a stir. Well, the Lord took me in this period of time, as the Lord took my spirit out of my body. My physical body was dead on the couch as I was in the spiritual realms, and that's what happens when someone dies. Your spirit leaves your body and it goes into the spiritual eternity, the spiritual realms, as we call them. And the Lord took me to a place over the second heaven where demons were. And as I stood over the second heaven, and this is the context, I want to establish the context of this time period of what happened when I died, not just going to heaven, but also experiencing what demons were like and what hell is like and the horror of it. But also the lesson is the power and the authority in the blood of Yeshua, who is the ultimate one who gave his blood as a sacrifice for us. But let me bring you back. So I'm standing over the second heaven. And as I'm standing there looking down, and I saw demons in this place, and I will say to you that they were horrible looking. I realized that demons who are fallen angels, once they fall, they go into a continuous, progressive state of decay. They're horrid looking. As opposed to the people of God, we go from glory to glory and from beauty to beauty, and we come into the fullness of the beauty of what God has created us for. It's the complete opposite for demons and fallen angels. And so these demons, in particularly one, and there were actually two, tried to reach up out of that catacomb, as I call it, to try and grab a hold of my ankles. But it couldn't. It tried with all its might. It had made constant attempts to try and reach up and grab a hold of my ankles. As I looked at this demon, he looked pitiful because he had no power to touch me. And the reason he did not have the power to touch me, the Lord showed me, is the blood of Yeshua. The blood border, that I was covered in the blood of Yeshua in the spiritual realms. And it's something they cannot touch. It's something that they fear. It's something that gives us, when we come to the Lord and we are covered in the blood, that we walk in complete authority and power, and the devil cannot touch us. We are off limits to every demonic principality. Now that changed my former theology. That changed how I see things. Because in the believing community, in the faith community, and as long as I've known Yeshua, we tend to give cause and effect to the devil in everything, or demons. And I've come to the conclusion, based upon what I was shown, what the Lord taught me, and what the Word says, that we sadly have made soul problems in the church into devil problems. And because we work the devil works us. And we don't realize that the things that people say the devil does, he cannot do. I want to say to you, beloved, my friends, I want to tell you that the devil cannot do the things that people tell you he's doing. The devil has no power to do the things, to take authority over your life. I don't believe that you can be demon-possessed if you are a believer in Yeshua. I don't believe that you can be oppressed. I don't believe that you are subject and vulnerable to assignments by demonic principalities. No, the blood of Yeshua covers you in all authority and puts you off limits from the devil. And that's what I want to say to you, that there is a life that we have to find again in the excitement and in the authority of the power of the blood that comes through the faith in Yeshua.